What's up, boy? It's your boy Love with Sentimental Imagery and Entertainment, aka Mr. Don't Ask Me What's in My Cup. Back with another episode of Jockish, and today we're gonna talk about battle rap, but we're not gonna necessarily talk about any battles specifically. What we're gonna do right now is go over a few battle rap terms. I like to call this episode the Battle Rap Dictionary. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, I got a few terms I want y'all to know just in case there's somebody who doesn't know these terms or doesn't watch enough battle rap to actually know them, so you can know them when I'm talking about them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't put them in order of importance or anything, but I did put them in alphabetical order just to kind of make this a little bit easier. And the first term we're going to talk about is 2-1. Now, the term 2-1 is used in reference for when a battle rapper wins a battle 2 rounds to 1. Now, most battles are 3 rounds, so you got a few 1-rounders out there, but for the most part they're 3 rounds, so you're supposed to judge them round by round and not necessarily the whole battle in itself. So one fire round cannot win you the whole battle. You have to win at least 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? Majority rules. You feel me? Next is the phrase 3-0. Now, the phrase 3-0, also known as 30'd or 30 piece, is used when a battle rapper loses all 3 rounds. Now, most people think when they hear a 30, they think that the battler really got dogged, but realistically, they can kind of get just edged out every round. Like, for instance, the best battle of the year so far, Daylyt versus Tay Roc. Daylyt won that battle 3-0, you know what I'm saying? So technically Tay Roc got 30, but Tay Roc was really good, and you know what I'm saying, like, he barely lost each and every round. Like, most people have Daylyt winning the battle, but a lot of people want to give Tay Roc a round just so the 30 isn't a stigma that's put on Tay Roc, you know what I'm saying? But the 3 rounds that Roc spit is better than any 3 rounds besides Daylyt that I've heard all year. So he could have beat anybody else with those exact same rounds. So it's still a 30, but it's not a dirty 30. You want to see a dirty 30? Go look up John the Don versus Jackboy Maine. Now that was a nasty one. The next term is bar. Now, bar in battle rap is controversial to me because in regular rap, a bar just means 1 line. But in battle rap, it can sometimes mean multiple lines. So basically, when it comes down to battle rap, a bar is all the words that lead up to the rhyming word. That's a bar. Bars. After that, we got a body. A body, aka a body bag, is pretty much when a battle rapper gets beat badly. Basically, a dirty 30. It's like I kinda already explained that, but in some cases, a 2-1 battle can actually still be a body. Example, one of the most memorable battles of all times, Loaded Lux versus Calico. Now, Calico actually won the first round, but when Loaded Lux pulled out that lost nigga scheme, it was so monumental that it was a body. It was a body. You know what I'm saying? He did him so bad in that round, and in the next round, it was a body. For some battlers, this can really be a career-ending situation. And there are some cases where it's really just a really bad look, like Cassidy versus Goods. See, Goods bodied Cassidy, but it was more so because of how bad Cassidy did versus how good Goods was. You feel me? Bars. Now, a card. A card is a total battle event. Like when the URL has a Summer Madness or Double Impact or something like that, the whole event, all the battles that are on the event, the list of battles, that's a card. Now, going into one of the most known but controversial words of all times, choke. A choke is the word that's used that when a battle rapper forgets his lines throughout the battle, like, or in the middle of the battle, like, I'm about to that's a choke. Now, this is a controversial term because it's kind of unclear of what a choke really is. Like, sometimes you'll see a battle rapper just stop in the middle of the battle and try to get some water or something, you know what I'm saying? Or the crowd to get all crazy, and then, the crowd's just wilding out, and it takes so long for the crowd to die down that once the battle rapper starts to go again, he has to regain his thoughts, and some people will say he or she choked. And for most people, when you choke, you automatically lose the battle. Not just the round, but the battle. Some people say the round, some people say you automatically lose the battle. You know what I'm saying? But there are cases like Geechee Gotti versus Charlie Clips, where Charlie Clips started choking, but he came back and bounced back so fast from it because he started freestyling and walking around the whole room and pretty much just going in on everything that was in the room and recovered real well. And then I think he continued his flow after that, but you really don't know because he's such a good freestyler that once he started going, he was just on it. It's kind of like that LeBron block, you know what I'm saying? The one in 2016, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody remembers that block, but we forget that that was on a fast break because Cleveland had a turnover, you know what I'm saying? But we don't talk about the turnover, we talk about the recovery and the block because that's what gave them the momentum to win the game. You feel me? Next is a classic. Now, classic is when you got a great fight between two battlers and you really just don't know who won, or maybe you do know who won, but they did so good that it's a classic. Again, going back to Daylyt versus Tay Roc. Yeah, Daylyt won, but it's a classic because nobody had better rounds than both of them throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a classic, bro. And most people try to call any battle that they in and they felt they did good a classic. But realistically, if you watch the battle, you can tell it's not really a classic. And a Dirty 30 is not a classic. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get Dirty 30, like, no, one nigga didn't show up. You both have to show up. You know what I'm saying? That is not a classic. You feel me? Debatable. A debatable battle is when it's hard to tell who won the battle, and sometimes that could be a classic. Sometimes it's not. Now, these are usually really hard to call, and most likely somebody's picking one battler over the other just because you like that particular style a little bit better than the other person's style. It's nothing against that person, you just like this person's style better. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're the bigger battler with a bigger name and you have a debatable battle with someone who's less than you or someone nobody even heard of, you lost. Because I mean, it shouldn't have been that close. That's just like if LeBron went to go play one-on-one versus Sean Bradley. If LeBron scores 10 points because they're going to 10, but Sean Bradley scores 8 or 9, that's kind of a win for Sean Bradley. Who expected him to score 8 or 9 points in a 1v1 against LeBron? You feel what I'm saying? Like, he should have dogged him. Gas. Now, gas is a term that's used to describe extra or unwarranted hype. Like if a battler says anything like, I got a chopper and it'll chop you up, and then niggas go crazy, that's gas. What did I say special right there? Nothing. Usually this happens when a battle rapper got his crew or his peoples there, and then they just going crazy over everything that he said just to kind of sway the viewing audience or the crowd. You feel what I'm saying? A gun bar. Now, a gun bar is basically when a rapper uses a metaphor or simile that's using some type of reference towards a gun or bullet or something related. You know what I'm talking about? Like, Tay Roc is the gun bar king. You know what I'm saying? He can turn anything in any situation into a gun bar. Go look him up. Main stage. Now, the main stage is basically performing in front of a huge audience and maybe in some type of auditorium or something like that. That's main stage. Name flip. Now, a name flip is when somebody takes the rapper's real name or battle name and uses it in a metaphor of some kind and flips it on them. You feel what I'm saying? Now, just going off some of the rappers I already mentioned, kind of like Goods. It's pretty much calling goods not good or canned goods or some shit like that. You feel what I'm talking about? Bars. I like Tay Roc because one time I heard somebody say they'll turn rock into pebbles. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's pretty much what it is. You know what I'm talking about? Pen. Now, pen is pretty much short for penmanship. So if a rapper has great penmanship, people usually are like, he has a great pen or amazing pen. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't always equate to lyricism, but sometimes it goes hand in hand. But it's basically how well you put words together from bar to bar. A punch. Now, punch is short for punchline. which is basically a metaphor that makes you look at one thing, one name, some place, or something like that in a different way than you have already seen it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of rappers who do this well, but at this current time, there's not many that do this better than Rum Nitty. He said something one time against Shotgun Suge where he was like, now let's get one thing straight, your vital signs. That's a punch. Bars. A reach. Now, a reach is when a battle rapper tries to take a line that they were trying to make a punchline, but it just didn't catch to everybody the way that they thought it was going to. Most people call it a reach because they say you are reaching for a line that shouldn't have been. And sometimes it's looked as a reach when it might just be a little bit too complex for the rest of the audience to even understand what was happening just our first watch. Want to see some major reaching? You go look up the battle rapper named Dot. Not B Dot, just Dot. Now he reached his ass right out of the URL if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? But a good reacher, you want to go with somebody like Sue Surf. Like when Sue Surf reaches or whatever, he actually makes you want to go back and watch it again just so you can kind of catch what the hell he just said. You know what I'm saying? Rebuttal. Now rebuttal is when a battle rapper takes something that the other battler said in their round and uses it against them. Usually it's freestyle, but occasionally it can be written in. Scheme. Now a scheme is a series of bars where a battle rapper takes as a scenario and uses it against their opponent. Now the best at this would be Charlie Clips. Not only can he use a scheme, but he actually take a scheme and flip the scheme that he used on you and use it again. Once he used this against B Magic, who real name is June. First he called his gun April, then he said if I squeeze April, a bullet march in June and he may die. Now that the whole scheme is longer than that, but you get what I'm saying just right there. He was doing a whole bunch of July and all, it was a whole bunch of shit. Small Room. Now Small Room is basically a battle somewhere where it's just not really a huge crowd. That's pretty much it. And honestly, the room might be big as fuck, but it's not literally a small room, it's just not a big ass auditorium. You feel what I'm saying? Last but not least, we got tier. The tier is basically where someone ranks. Now you got top tier and you got lower or bottom tier. Basically the top tier, the cream of the crop battlers, and the lower tier are the battlers that are just, you know what I'm saying, like not top tier. You feel what I'm saying? Then you got another tier where they put legends at and they usually call it God tier. You feel what I'm saying? And for the newcomers, they call them PGs. Basically they're called PGs because there was in URL they used to call it, they used to have this proving grounds or whatever where newcomers would come in or whatever, so they start calling the new niggas PGs until you became, you know, a vet. Now I hope this video ain't too long or whatever, you know what I'm saying, because sometimes once I edit it is something completely different. But I appreciate y'all, like I always say, for watching my videos and everything, you know what I'm saying. Check out the links down below, sentimentalenergy.com, you know what I'm saying, the Twitter, everything else down there. You know, if you need something from Bose, if you need something from Microsoft, including the new Xbox, those links are at the bottom as well. Shouts out to my day ones. Hit like, comment, subscribe, all that shit, you know what I'm saying, and I'm out.